So guys, this is a comeback video to talk about the major root as to why marriages, African marriages, crash abroad. You know, when I put up the video I put up 2 days ago or thereabout, I got a lot of different comments, different reactions, to the extent that a priest called me last night talking about how sad it is, what women, our African women, Nigerian women, what we are doing to our husbands abroad, that the minute we cross over to overseas, PM, we realize that we have power to like kick out our men, power to like start earning money on our own. We forgot the culture and all of them native norms as to how women should be under a man. Then there was also another video I saw on Facebook, you know, talking about similar thing, pointing fingers on women. Generally speaking, women are not innocent. Yes, there are bad women, poorly mannered women with poor upbringing, negative upbringing. Some of them are so much interested in money. Some women are just fanciful ladies without brains, without home upbringing. You know, I am not denying that fact. They exist. But what I want to talk about in this very context today is for the fact that we have left the genesis of this crisis. There is a major genesis. I've made references to this in my previous videos, but today I want to give a practical example of the onset of this crisis in our homes, in overseas. Definitely, I will be citing examples, not particularly what happened to myself, but from what I have heard, women's encounters and their tales about what they've been through, what led to this and that. And this is the reason your woman would start hating on you. She wouldn't even know that she has started, neither would you even know. And this cankerworm gradually springs up to the extent of escalating to a woman voicing out, disrespecting their man, and then it will lead to the level we are talking about today. Now, let's start from the grassroots. A woman and a man living in Nigeria as a husband and wife with children, they are living happily, even though the moment this very woman living in Nigeria with her children and her husband, she may not have a house help, but she does all the wifely roles and all of that happily. But from time to time, she gets visitors like cousins, relatives, mom-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, stopping by to help from time to time. I am trying to bring my practical example. Take, for instance, they might be living in a 3-bedroom flat in Nigeria. Flat is what is common and not a house, except these people are buoyant enough to have had their own house. And remember, for anybody that have their own mansion in Nigeria, their own house anywhere in Nigeria, definitely they will have all them domestic staff. Like the gate man is there, the maid is there. Some even go as far as having a cook separate, maid that looks after the children separate, the one that does laundry and shoppers, all of this. I am not exaggerating, but even if I am exaggerating, at least they will have one maid that does even the security job and all of that. So, by the time this very couple relocated to anywhere in the Western country, and they rented like a 3-bedroom house with 2 toilets, a bathroom, the living room, the kitchen, and the rooms, and they moved just the man, the woman, and their 4 children, let's say 3 children, for instance. On getting here, everything is usually perfect and rosy at the very beginning because the love is still wasn't stronger. The woman respects the man, you know, and the woman is still has that African mentality, Nigerian culture, you know, of playing her role, woman being in charge of the kitchen, just like our president said that the place of a woman is in the kitchen, is in the home, you know. Secondly, even though a man who has been staying abroad for like 2-3 years or 1 year, PM returns home to Africa, brings the family over, guess what happens? The possibility that the very day that woman is entering that house in abroad, the woman would even want to go to the kitchen straight to serve herself food. or to even make food for the husband, because she is feeling, oh, my husband, you must have been stressed and blah, 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 doing all of this for yourself. Let me go and do it. Chances are that the woman wouldn't get to served food prepared by that man. I am not saying 100%. Now they start living happily, the woman doing all of that, cleaning, cooking. As time goes on, it becomes so overwhelming for this woman. By the time she cleans the whole 3 rooms, toilets, 2 toilets, and all of that, she cooks and cleans the children and all of that, you know. And by the time she starts working, possibly part-time job, maybe 20 hours or 24 hours in a week, she still goes to work, comes back to perform the same roles as a good wife. She carries out all the house chores as she has always done, with the husband just sitting there as the Lord of the Ring or the man of the house, as the case may be. Yes, it is not the fault of this man. I am not putting a blame on this man, because our culture, our tradition, the society has made it to be so on them. Men are not domesticated. Most often, mothers back home do not even try to bring men. In fact, they will chase them out of the kitchen. What are you doing here? And they will invite the female children to come, because their place is in the kitchen, like they claim. You know, so men, they don't get to learn how to cook, how to clean. It is sad. Not all the men, don't quote me wrong. There are a couple of Nigerian men that are domesticated. At least I have 5 brothers. I know the one in Lagos. Barnabas, my brother, my immediate elder brother, you know, he can do, undo. In fact, there was a time my younger sister visited. You know, I was in Lagos as at that time, in my brother's house. And guess what? My brother washed my sister's on this, spread it outside, and my sister was screaming when she landed. It was my brother that washed that. Yeah. You know, it's quite uncomfortable. You know, that is to tell you that there are some men, he cooks, he cleans, and all of that. He takes care of. He has 3 daughters. He takes care of them like a woman should do. You know, but I have 5 brothers. So I am not saying all of them are holy, that they can do blah, blah, blah. Now, this is just the genesis of all of this arguments, of all of this crisis. When a woman has started working in abroad, she comes home. Now, look at what women do. PM, practical example from experience. A woman going to work, maybe she's going on 14 hours shift that will be starting at 7:30 a.m. in the morning to finish 9:30 a.m. This is 14 hours or 12 hours, you know. And this woman would prepare lunch. I will skip breakfast. She would prepare lunch for her family, husband, and the 3 children. You know, if they will be staying home all day long, even if they will not be staying home all day long, she will prepare that lunch and she will prepare dinner. Feast them, put them in the fridge or freezer. Let the man of the house know, so that this man can warm and serve the family, especially the children. And guess what happens? By the time this woman returns from work, maybe around 10:30 precisely p.m., she would walk into the kitchen. All those dishes, from the ones they used to eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything piled up in the sink, waiting for who? To wash them. Whereas there are 2 grown adults in that house. She would leave her bag right there in the kitchen, straight to doing those dishes. A lot of women return from work. They don't go upstairs to their room to change. Bear me witness, women. They will stand in the kitchen for extra 1 or 2 hours, trying to fix the things that another adult in that house, the man of the house, should have done to make the woman a little bit happy. And by the time she goes upstairs, she would realize that her children, they've not even taken their baths. 10:30 p.m. Their children will be on their iPads. The man will be on the iPad or on his phone chatting. Who are those children waiting for to like give them their baths or help them take their baths, get them ready for bed? The same woman who just returned from work. There was an adult in that house, in the person of the father of the house. This is just the beginning. Do you think that that particular woman at that point in time would be happy knowing that somebody was there who could have helped in a little way and the person did not help? This crisis playing out in every family, in most of the families abroad, did not start today. People working out on their marriages, these things did not start. It gradually builds up. A man, if you ask a man to like help you get the children dressed for school, you would even bring out the clothes, the uniforms. You would see that something is missing out. If they might not even get to comb their hair, wear the right uniform to, you will see the children looking tattered. Then you will know that yes, a man has helped out to get these children ready. This is what many women are facing in their homes in abroad. This woman is the one that will clean the whole house, do the shopping, cook, even though the man does full time. I am coming to a point that I want to beckon on everybody, especially our African men. It is not your fault. I am not putting the blame on you. You were not taught. It is not in you. You don't learn left-handedness in old age. But there is this saying that when you go to the Romans, or when you go to Rome, you behave like the Romans. We all say this. Unfortunately, we come to abroad, we don't behave like the Romans. When you know that your woman doesn't have a house help, that you are there to support as little as you can, yet you don't. And instead, some of you would even come back home and start looking out for stains. What has she been doing? That is the wrongest question anybody could ask a woman. What have you been doing all day long? A woman cannot count what she has been doing at home. They are countless. A woman does not have like 30 minutes break at home, 15 minutes break at home. They walk around the clock, especially when they are home. I am telling you from experience as a woman that I am. And no woman, especially any woman that has children below the ages of 5 or 7, that can get 7 hours of sleep all night, straight, just like a man. But check out the men. They will be there snoring. They will sleep all through without waking up to go check on the children. But a woman goes to the children's room 1 or 2 times at night. Some of them wake up to nurse their babies, breastfeed them and all of that, and still wake up in the morning. I watched a video, a vlogger here on YouTube. She returned from a night shift. 7:45 a.m., that was when she came back. She greeted, the husband was upstairs. She greeted the man. The man said, welcome. Guess what? She walked into her children's room, 7:45 a.m. The children were still in bed. She woke them up and got them ready for school. Straight to the kitchen, gave them breakfast, packed their lunch, packed the husband's, I don't know, maybe the husband will be going to work, packed food for the husband as well, who slept in that house and could not go to at least brush the children, get them ready for school. While waiting for the woman. Do you know that that same woman was the one that did school run that morning? They are relatively new in the UK. Do you think that by the time this woman would start witnessing what is happening, or watch a video like this one that I might insert here now?
Your wife is your partner, not your mom. Your wife is your partner, not your mom. She is not a living maid or a hired cleaning crew, so she shouldn't have to pick up after you.
What do you think that would happen by the time this woman sees this video and other women are telling them stories? There are some men who also help their wives here. Yes, I have a comment in my comment section I've also seen. By the time she will go out there, that one will be like, oh, I worked last night, I cannot do school run this morning, my husband is doing it. Actually, my husband is the one who gets the children ready and blah, blah, blah. She'll begin to think. That hatred is gradually creeping into her, little by little. She would serve you food. You know that you guys don't have a house help. After eating, you will just clean up your bum bum. Walk upstairs, go on your phone straight. No help at all. Going to church in the morning, she will be the one to get the 3 children ready, brush their teeth, give them a wash, get their clothes ready. Ironing, you don't even know how to iron. She might even be ironing for you in abroad. In this kind of country, stress overload. Her hormonal whatever imbalance will be imbalancing and imbalancing, will become more imbalanced. It will triple. So you can imagine. So in this very content today, this is the genesis of this crisis. When a man is not entirely helpful at home in any way, you are not supporting your woman. When you know that Nobody can afford to pay domestic staff in this part of the world. It is very expensive. Mr. Man, forget this. Forget I am the man of the house. We know that you do full-time work, 40 hours a week. You provide the money, even though your wife does not work or has not started working. Please look for something to be helping out with. It is a whole lot. Have you tried for one day? It will be hard for a man to spend one whole day with children at home, not going to work, give them food in the morning, afternoon, and all of that. It Ask men who have tried this. It is a hard job to do. Look for something to be helping your wife with. You can do ironing for the children. I used to enjoy that when my husband was here with me because he does ironing for my son. Iron his 5 shirts and the school uniform for the rest of the week. That one is aside. It takes about 30 minutes to 1 hour to do that. So it is very huge. I've always appreciated that whenever he does that. You can also learn to hoover the house. You are not using broomsticks to do that. Learn to hoover the house. If you do the dishes, especially when you guys does it with hands, it is something that a woman will appreciate. She will even be surprised if you start doing it from today. Not all the time. When you can, I said, it doesn't take out your manhood. It doesn't make you less of a man doing dishes in the house. Dishes where you follow take chop. I know a lot of African men, Nigerian men precisely, they cannot perform the miracle of mixing oil and water together and they forms food for somebody to eat. We are not asking you to be cooking for us. We can do all of that. But at least help in a little way you can. Now, in some homes, somebody also complained that even when the husband goes to the toilet to pee, she's the one that cleans after the man, a grown-up man. We should be talking about cleaning after our children and teaching our children how to. You know, a man that does not even wash the toilet, yet you go there and mess it up, and the woman would clean after you. And you want that woman to be adoring you by giving her extra work all the time. Myself, even though even if I wash my toilet this very morning and after about 1 hour or thereabouts, I am going in to do something there, especially number two, I would still need to wash. This is women. Our body is so porous, especially when a man has used that toilet. You know the way they pee, they stand up and pee and then blah, 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 they walk out. Help in any way you can. We don't have house help here. We don't have our parents coming around, even if they come. Kudos to all the men who are very helpful, who are supporting their wife, who can go shopping, buy one or two things and come back home, who knows where they put salt and pepper in the house, who can even help sometimes to like make breakfast for the kids, who can even help their wife to get the children ready for church. Some men don't know how to match. In fact, they too, their wife is looking after them, telling them what to wear, how to combine this color and that color to make a perfect outfit. It is absolutely sad. This is the genesis of the problem. It builds over time, accumulated anger. The woman will start hurting you for these reasons, as if you are not really helpful. And you'll be wondering, what have you done? What have you done? Not to talk about the other factors. This is not the video that I wanted to make today, but I just decided to put this out here because of the comments I got from my recent video and the call I got from the priest. He did not understand until I explained all this, giving him practical examples of what is going on abroad, how heavy it is for women doing all of this, going to work, coming home when they have cooked for a man, morning, afternoon, evening, and they will still come back home to meet the dishes in the sink and all of that. They will still do all of that. Meeting the children, not ready for bed at 10:30. These are children that will be going to school the next day. And you want the wife to be loving you. Yet, this woman comes to bed again. You start shakram, shakram, shakram. You want to do bed action. Eh? Some are saying that the women, they don't respond any longer. They are dry, they are this and blah, blah, blah. How do you want that woman to be pouring water for you, if I may ask? After all of them stress from work and then stress at home, another work at home. I am begging all of us. We are all humans. Helping out. Think of when you are alone. For those of you that your wife later joined abroad, you used to do all of that for yourself. And what happened? Your wife coming there is also to support you and you support her. Let's learn to help our women. it means a lot. Those things that you think that they don't matter, try it. Start. Pick up one of these things. You can clean up the kitchen. You can clean up your own home, your own room, bedroom. Tidy it up. Laundry, men, don't do it. You can't choose to do laundry. When you do, you don't just do yours. Do your children's. You are not even washing them by hand. You know, you use machine to wash here. Put them in the washing machine. Once they are done, spread them out. After a day or thereabout, you collect them, iron the one you iron. Your wife will be like, "What? Is it my husband that is doing all of that?" You know. So this does not take out anything from your manners or manhood or as the case may be. Anyway, guys, this is it. Please, let's turn a new leaf to avert all of these problems. Yes, this is why when a woman has started making money, she will be like, anyway, you're not even there to help me. What is the need of this man who does not help me at home in any way? And I'm making money, also contributing some percentage. I can take care of myself. Some would even think, okay, I think they can even run away because the burden is too much on them. They can even start staying on their own. Yes, the government will support them because they know that there are opportunities for women here. But women, this is not right. Yes, this is not right. I am coming up with another video regarding other factors why women or why homes are breaking in abroad. Watch out for that next video. I will point out up to 3 factors in that one. Thank you very much for watching. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, and keep coming back for more.
Your wife is your partner, not your mom. Your wife is your partner, not your mom. She is not a living maid or a hired cleaning crew, so she shouldn't have to pick up after you.